Hola, hola. Here are your instructions for jueves el 25 de marzo. So, I am back. We have a Zoom today, but in case you are not here, here's what we're up to. We are starting off with our calentamiento, which is going to be choose the correct sentence. So, you have 4 sentences to choose, and they are sentences that are either grammatically correct or sentences that make the most sense. So, take your time on this one, read them out loud, and translate them as you go. So if you need to, refer to your notes from Yo Soy, which is what we used on Monday, to figure out word order. Some of them are going to be based on word order. And then some of them are also going to be based on reasoning, word choice, but, because. So go ahead and choose the correct sentence. Whatever your best score out of 3 is shall be your grade. Once we're done with that, we as a class are going to play Kahoot. So if you are not here, you're going to click on this link and you'll be able to play a Kahoot challenge on your own to practice with our description vocab. After that, we are going to learn how to describe other people. So in our Yo Soy notes from Monday, we learned that when you want to ask someone, what are you like? You ask, ¿Cómo eres? And then when you want to answer, you say, Yo soy. Similarly, when you want to ask what someone else is like, if you go to your notes or your vocab, you will see we have on our vocab list how to describe other people. So you can describe yourself by saying yo soy or yo no soy, so I am or I am not. And you can do the same thing for other people. When you want to ask what someone else is like, what is he or she like, you can say como es. Como es. You can also throw their name at the end of it. So if you wanted to ask what Shakira was like, you could say como es Shakira. And then to describe what someone is like, you would say es, and then you put in the description. Same thing as when you are describing yourself. When you are describing other people, that description has to match their gender. So if they identify as a male, their descriptions are going to end in O's wherever you have to choose, and they're going to end in A's if they describe themselves as a female, wherever you have to choose. If it ends in an E, such as inteligente, then no choice. It's gender neutral. You don't have to worry about it. So what we are going to do in today's folder are 2 activities. The first is a worksheet that has a writing and a reading. And then the second is an audio activity. So first one here is you are going to go through this chart and you are going to write a full sentence about what each of these people are like. Reference the picture to write a description. So this first one says, como es Lola? So we're going to pretend that this is Lola. Now the picture might not match the gender of the person. Don't worry about that, okay? Look at the name of the person. And if you've never heard this name before, you can typically figure out whether it's a male or female based on the last letter. So Lola, if you don't know any Lolas in your life, Lola is a female name because it ends in an A. So looking at this picture, the person in the picture is tall. So you would say here that Lola is tall. So if you want to write Lola's name, you can write her name, and then you're going to say S for is, and then you're going to say tall. But don't forget, you've got to match her gender. Another thing that you can do if you've learned it on Duolingo is instead of saying her name, you can replace her name with a pronoun and say she. Or when you get to a male, you can say he. So for he, we use él. For she, we use ella. But you can also just say their name. Either is correct. So you're going to use these pictures to describe these people. After that, you have a reading about Eduardo in his Spanish class with some true-false. If the statements are false, you're going to correct them. And then the very last thing you're going to do today are some audio activities. So those are right here. And that's going to be your asynchronous work for today. Adios.